Hey guys, Dream Knight here. This is a video to reply to Les's latest video on his, I guess, personal channel, and basically it is about painter's burnout, and he also mentioned a lot of other things, so I just want to throw my thoughts out there. Now, I haven't been painting that long. I mean, I used to be really heavy into Warhammer when I was younger, so that was the time when I could sit there over summer break and stuff and just paint my catooties off and just paint tons of armies and stuff like that. Nowadays, when you're all grown up, you got real life and all that other stuff, so it's a little tough. But anyways, going over some stuff that he mentioned in his video is painter's burnout, and also there was some a lot of mention about being what's pro painted, what's golden demon quality, etc., etc. Now, when you're getting into painting, there's a couple reasons why, right? One, you just want to paint. Okay, so you want to paint, do the best and be the best out there, and in a contest and stuff like that. So you got those kind of painters, and then you got the painters who want to paint their own army, because that's part of the hobby. Painting your 40k or fantasy army, and then get it out on the table and play with it, right? And you don't have to get so, for these painters, you don't have to get so detailed. You don't have to get so golden demon quality type of things. And then you got those people who just dabble in it and just saw something on YouTube or from their friend and say, oh whoa, this is fun. So it's casual painters, right? You just paint it and put it on your shelf. You're never going to play with it. You're never going to enter a contest with it. It's just a hobby for you, and you want to just have fun and do it. We may be gamers, but what we really are to categorize in what we do is artistry. Right? We take balls of plastic, I bet expensive balls of plastic, build them, create them, paint them, and then make them into something that should be. Okay, so we're taking nothing and making something out of it. Okay, and when you're painting and when you get into painting, that's what it's all about. We are the masters of deception. We take techniques and stuff like that, put them together, right, and then create art out of it to represent something that's realistic or in real life, right? Because when you're painting a face or something, you see the highlights come out and stuff. That's all techniques. So really, at first, it's all about creating techniques to master the art of deception. So when you're getting in this hobby and you're getting in the whole painting aspects of it, it's all about learning techniques. You go to Les's channel, and he has tons of tutorial, right, of painting Space Marines. Okay, here's a little secret, and I'm not bashing Les because he's my bud and I love him and all, but this goes for everyone, okay? You can paint a Blood Angel, okay, you can paint a Black Templar, it's all the same freaking thing. Colors different, the techniques are all still there. So when you're getting into this, it's all about perfecting the techniques or get it to the point where you all will master it or mastered them. Right? And then suddenly you can start painting some really awesome looking stuff. If you want to get in painting, or you're just learning, is to get your own process down, your beginning to end on the figure, okay, and how you're going to do it and all the techniques and stuff. And once you get that whole process down, you just start modifying. When you're learning, you're getting more experience out of it. You just start adding more techniques. So if maybe something you've seen on Les's channel, maybe something you've seen on the Real Mythro channel or something. And don't just stick yourself to painters. Okay, look at scale modelers. Look at what they're doing, right? Look at some of the techniques that they are going through, right? Even so, look at the terrain building guys, Terrain Noob, Terrainaholic. They go through some. They show you some of their stuff and they tell you how to do it. Terrain Noob has all these great tutorial type of videos, step by step what he's doing to a terrain, right? And you can pick up a lot of techniques that will work for painting miniatures, especially when you go to scale modeling. Go to these scale modelers, go look at Scale Model Medic, Scale Model Madness. All those guys, they show you how they do their videos. They show you how they're painting it and stuff like that, and the techniques they use. Those techniques can be used to paint your miniatures. In fact, a lot of my process in painting a figure is all about what I've learned from scale modeling. Now we're going to the matter of perception. Okay, we are looking at a figure, and someone might say, "Wow, it looks Golden Demon Award quality stuff," and then another person might look at it and go, "Well, not really. I mean, it looks like he just went to the bathroom and the results came out of that. So the whole point of perception is, I mean, you could say it's pro painted, and I've seen some people advertise their videos as pro painted, and okay, if that's pro painted, then it must be the lower end of pro, right? And then there's people who say, you know, it's Golden Demon Quality Awards, and some people might say no, it doesn't even come close to that. And so it's all a matter of preference and taste, okay? So you can't really go by that. You just gotta just paint your stuff and be happy with what you did. If you're not happy with what you did, then you just go back and do it better and learn more techniques. Go YouTube, look at girl painting, look at Les, and look at all these other people who do these painting tutorials, and learn the techniques, right? Don't be like them, be yourself. Okay, that's the whole important thing, is that you have to be yourself. Okay, but what you're going to do is look at the techniques and then see how they use those techniques and then mold it into your own. And that's a lot of things about what I don't get, is how some people can nitpick at other people and then just rag on them. It's just, you know, those people you just got to ignore, because really those people need to do that to signify their position in their own life that they're not happy with. Okay, so in other words, short little EPs, okay? That's what we're talking about. So you got to ignore those people. You got to get those supportive people, right? And then talk to them. Those people that help you figure it out, and if you have any questions and answers, you got to get those people and surround yourself with those people in order to get better at something and not want to do it anymore. Because there are points where you just get to the point where you're just putting out stuff, and then all you get is negativity from what you're doing, you're never going to want to do it again. You never want to suddenly it just stops becoming fun, and it becomes like, you know, something that you do that you're getting hate for, right? Don't want that. Okay, just be honest. Just tell them, hey, I just started, and this is the first time I painted, or this is the second, whatever. I'm learning some more stuff. Find those people that will help you. They'll say, hey, that's a good start. Here's some more techniques that you should do for this and for that, and then take it all in stride. Take it and learn from it. Okay, don't try to just throw it out the window, because go to Les. I mean, I talk to Les all the freaking time on the phone or whatever, and there's always a point where we always go through techniques, talk about the stuff that we did, other people did. I mean, we're guilty of ragging on other people in our own way, just to learn from it. Okay, and so that's what you have to do. You have to find those people who are willing to help you and stick with them. Okay, so you got your process down, right? It's all about having creativity, okay, the techniques, and patience. You know, when you're doing this hobby, that's all it's about until you get to the table and then you're having fun playing. Now, when I do my painting, you know, my process is pretty simple. When I'm putting a figure together, constructing it, I'm not only looking at filling in the imperfections from all the fill lines and stuff like that, but I'm also, you know, thinking about how I'm going to paint this thing. Okay, and that's part of the process I go through. So once it's all put together and it's on a base, I would sit there for 10 minutes and just look at the figure and look at all the things, all the way that everyone else has done it, and then figure out how I'm going to do it my way. And that's probably the most important thing, is because your way is only going to work best for you. Okay, not anyone else. You know, Les has his own way of doing stuff, totally different from mine sometimes, but the whole point is that it works for me, and what's going to work for you is going to work for you. Okay, so that's the most important thing. So you think about how you're painting this thing, and then you go at it. Just go and do it. All right, don't think too much about it, because all this, people like Les, Girl Painting, Ghost, all those other people that paint these things, you know, the painting clinic, it's all ingrained. Okay, these techniques and stuff, it's already ingrained because of all the long hours of practicing and using the same technique. It's already in their head. Okay, so don't think too much about it. Just look at how you're going to paint the figure, and then go and do it, and just do it and do your best. Okay, when you're finished, you look at it and you go, oh, it could have been better, or you show it to someone else and they'll tell you, oh, hey, you should try this technique or try that. And that's how you start moving into becoming a really, really good painter. Okay, now part of my process to keep me from getting burned out about painting the same army, like currently on my Space Wolf, is I'll work on one thing, like say Terminators, start putting them together, got that whole done, I'll start painting them. I'll paint one, while I'm painting one, sometimes put it down and go and put together dreadnoughts. For example, like I said, I'm filming this while I'm painting it. I'll put it down between each take, and then I will go work on something else. For example, my venerable dreadnought that I just got in, I'm starting the conversion on this guy, right? And then I start painting that once I get it all put together. While I'm doing that, I'm also working on a drop pod. Okay, so I have various projects going to keep me from getting burned out. Does it prevent you from getting burned out? No. I mean, but it extends it, so before you get burned out, you're going to go, oh, I didn't finish my army. Best way to do is do multiple projects at the same time. If you follow along in my videos on Wargaming Renew, when I was doing my Plutonians to get it done in time to play with Tony over at SoCal SmackDown, you'll know that I never got, I couldn't get it finished by that time because there's just so many figures to paint. So you can stick it on the table primered, but I'd like to put some color on it because I can't stand primered stuff on the table. It just looks it's one of those little pet peeves I have, right? So you have to deal with your own pet peeves in this hobby. Okay, so what I did was, like, for example, this Knight unit. This is supposed to be the Knights of the Rose unit that I have. All I did was slap on the black base coat with the shadings in various areas using the pre-shading technique, and then plugged in, sprayed some red in various areas where it's supposed to be red on the horses and knights, right? Same thing with the men-at-arms. Just use brown because most, the main body is going to be brown. Then I modified the technique on pre-shading and post-shading to make the brown all shaded up and ready to go. So all I have to do is just paint the rest of the stuff here. And then I just went ahead and filled that. At least it had some color to it. I'm filming the Wolf Priest right now, right? And by the way, that is a pain in the ass to film. I don't, Les and all those other people who paint these tutorials. It is really annoying. It is harder than filming a tutorial on building, a scale model, because scale model is big enough for the camera to be far away. At this point, painting these little figures in front of a camera, in your face is quite hard, and it takes a little practice to get used to. So those people who make these painting tutorials that show the figure close up, I'm not talking about the people who try to paint tutorials and like you're seeing me now and you're painting the figure and you barely see the figure, right? Okay, I'm talking about those people that really put time in editing and detailing their figures straight up on the camera. You got to thank those guys, because trust me, it is a pain in the ass to do. Okay, I'm gonna have to conclude this because I just noticed I'm rambling on. But if you got this far, thanks a lot. The whole point, basically, to help you from getting burned out is really just enjoy it. Because if you don't enjoy it, then you're not gonna like it, and that's the main purpose of burning out from painting or just from this hobby itself. So just do what you enjoy, right? Get out, and if you're a gamer, a tabletop gamer, other than painting, just go out and take whatever you got and get it on the table and have some fun with it, and then go back and finish them off later, with the painting and stuff like that. Ignore the naysayers, those little nitpickers, the little bastards, that think they know it all and stuff like that. Best way to, contend with them is, if they say something, you put it on the table and they're like, oh, you didn't wash them or whatever. Just take a bat, right? Go behind them when they're not looking. Just smack them across the freaking head. Okay, maybe not. That's a little violent. I might get in trouble for suggesting that kind of stuff. But, basically, just don't play them. Or just ignore them. Or just tell them they're a fucking asshole and leave it at that, right? But the whole point is, don't let other people dictate your fun in this hobby. Okay, that's the most important thing. Don't let them get to you. Okay? And then just enjoy it. Hang around with the people that you like, watch the people you like, and just be done with it, and just enjoy yourself. The life is too stressful, to even have your hobby that you love doing stress you out. Okay, so don't get stressed and just have fun. That's the most important thing. If you're into scale modeling or want to get some scale modeling tips and techniques, check out my channel for scale modeling, SM Consortium. For more tutorial videos on how to paint your figures, check out Les's channel at Awesome Paint Job.